Hello Battlefield fans, Wild here. Today we're gonna have so much fun in domination once again, and we're using the M4. The M4 is one of those guns that you probably don't use that much, but when you do, you be like, oh, I like this gun, this is nasty, how come I didn't use it before? It's like one of those guns, like it is so fun to use, so deadly, and in a way it's challenging because you have to learn how to control the recoil, and you have to learn, where is this gun good, when it comes to medium to long range and all that. So I decided to complicate my life a little bit and use a suppressor, but it's because I like to stay away from my team, trying to capture those flies. Not because I hate my team, I love my team, but but I tend to stay away from my team so I can cover some of the flies that they are not focusing on. So I always tend to just to be aggressive like that. So suppressor for me works pretty well, just like in this case, going after this flag over here. And I think it's very important to understand how affects the use of a suppressor in your gun. So I tend to forget that, but I always try to get the kills at long range. I don't know what these two guys were doing, but I think hiding from someone. But I just got this C flag. So it is very fun, and the M16 and the M4 is one of those guns that you don't see that much. Like, yes, once in a while, if you look at the gun that kill you, you get to see the M4, the M16, but not so much. So probably, if we want to put this on a percentage, probably maybe what, 30–40%. That's pretty high, if you take in consideration all the kill cams that you watch and pay attention what can kill you. M4, M16 comes in once in a while, and it's a shame because they're such a beast guns and they're pretty good. I am not going to lie to you, I would rather have these guns fully auto, because fully auto is always fun. Fully auto is fun, especially when you are in some even in Battlefield 4 we had some laggy servers, and sometimes things are just weird. But it's easier just to kill a bunch of guys when they're like 1v1. Like those two guys that I killed that were prone, was pretty easy because they were not facing me. But when you got two guys coming at you, and you have one of the burst fire weapons, it's very tricky. Sometimes you get those kills quick, and sometimes you don't get those kills quick. Sometimes it's just so weird, and you get into this frustration, like, oh, this gun sucks, I don't know, it's like sometimes works pretty good, sometimes doesn't work. So I'm in this kind of like a love and hate relationship with these burst fire weapons. I think more love than hate, but I still have that because of that. Sometimes they just don't work. And once again, I know I'm using suppressor here and I'm trying to get long range shots, but some of these shots, they don't make any sense. So you get too many hit markers, and it's kind of frustrating at some point. So you need to find a good way to use the gun. If you rush too much, it's not gonna work pretty well, especially against, let's say, the SG553 or the AK5C. The AK5, especially the AK5C. Medium to long range, that gun has such a good accuracy. It's such a beast gun. So it could be tricky. So I think it's important to understand that these guns need to be. You need to practice with these guns a lot, in order to get the hang of it. But once you do, it's such a nasty weapon. If you're in a nice server where it's like nice and smooth, like most of the times, you're gonna get those kills so quick, and everything's gonna be so nice, and the enemy is going to hate you. They're not gonna like you because you kill them so quick, and they're gonna check out the gun they got killed by, and oh, M4. Oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna use the M4 next time because it's such a beast gun. So a lot of people neglect it. Those are quite a few videos a while ago, people just saying this gun's such a beast and use it, but I think people lost the interest in this gun just because it's burst fire, just because they just want to go with the easy, SC553, AK5C, just hold the trigger down and kill. And don't get me wrong, I love those guns as well, they're pretty beast. But for me, the M4 and the M16 are those type of guns that maybe you neglect for a while, like you don't use them for a while. It could be months. And then all of a sudden, one day you have this crazy thought, oh, let's use the M4, and you end up having such a great games, and then you say to yourself, wow, I can't believe that I stopped using this gun. So it's like burst fire weapons are just like that, you hate them for a while, but then you use them, it's just such a beast guns, and they work pretty well. So I don't know, they're magic weapons. that's what I like to call the magic weapons. You know, they do a good job. I actually recorded, like I mentioned on my Battlefield Hardline video, gameplay with the M16 as well, and that's I believe it's a TDM. So such a beast gun, and you can look forward to more burst fire mayhem. And like I said, they're just fun to use. That's what they are, fun to use, and you know, fun to destroy the enemy type of weapon. So you know, it's always good. But like most of the times, like I say, they just can't keep up with some of the other guns, and it's a shame. So I don't I don't believe they need a buff. I believe maybe just like in Destiny, you know, like burst fire weapons need to be a bit more powerful because you're in disadvantage, obviously, and need to be more powerful. They need to be, you know, more accurate, in my opinion. Although I'm not saying they're bad in this gun, but they kind of have to be in order for you to you know, go ahead and test your skills against fully auto weapons. So you know, against an SMG at close range, you know, you're done. You're pretty much done. So and with the shotgun, forget it. So but yeah, for me, you know, accuracy and power in these guns, that's a must. You know, as long as you keep well balanced with the other guns, you can keep up with them. But it sucks when, you know, when that balance is not there, and then you are in serious trouble. And then I believe that's when people stop using it, you know, because they felt like, even though people were saying that they were pretty good, but they felt that they were in this disadvantage, you know, against the fully auto weapons, and they just stopped using it. So I don't know, I like them. I like the challenge. I think they're pretty fun to use, and you know, they get the job done. So as long as, you know, you get some kills, and as long as you like this guy over here, thank you very much, he did not react very well to that, but you kind of kill him quick, and it was pretty fun. So I like it. And I'm using with this kind of weird looking camo, which is okay. I don't like using camo. Sometimes I do, just so my videos don't look the same. Because if I play another game on this map with the same gun without a camo, it's gonna look just like it. So I tend to, you know, switch them or put on some camos just so they look a little bit different. But I don't really like them, you know. So unless it's really cool, but I don't really like the camos most of the time. So like at this point, you know, we had a good team. Probably as you saw, you know, join late over here, and I don't like joining games late because I just don't like it. You know, I just feel weird. You know, it's not the same. But I you know, joined this game just to help these guys out to win, to get a W. You know, and just to get some gameplay here with the M4. But for the most part, I just like games from the very beginning, because sometimes and it happens quite a lot. Sometimes you join these games late, and you do so well that you wish you started the game since the very beginning, and you would have done like a lot better than you did. So that's one reason. Another reason is sometimes, or most of the times, it's you get into these horrible teams, and it's just so frustrating, you know, when a bunch of your squad mates and pretty much half of your team is like sniping and stuff like that. So it's just like so frustrating. So I like games since the very beginning, just so I know what's going on. And if I spot something weird that these guys are not really playing the objective, I just leave. Really, that's what I do. That's the truth. I'm not ashamed of that. You know, I leave. You know, if they put me into this crappy lobby and people don't want to do anything, I just leave. You know, I just want to avoid a frustration. You know, I don't want to be part of a lame team. If we're going to lose, which, you know, happens sometimes, it's not like you're not going to win all the time. But if I'm going to lose, I rather lose like trying to win a game, you know. And I want to lose a game just because the other team is good, not because my team is lazy and decided to snipe. So that's, you know, that's how I think. So I ended up leaving games because of this little situation, and not because of the gun. The gun doesn't have anything to do. But the one thing that I see with this gun is it just has to be like the right game for the gun. I don't know, it's just so weird. Like, you can use the SG553 in every game and you can do pretty well, and sometimes if you switch to the M4, M16, it's just like it's not working. It's just like it's not the game for that gun. For some reason, everything is maybe on close quarter battles or like a really long range, and that's when things just like get not so great, because these guys, they have like a really good recoil, so you need to learn that. But when you burst fire, you know, you get a lot of hit markers, and the other guy, have a chance to survive. So when you get those hit markers, that's when I get frustrated, and that's when it's like, man, that should have been a kill. That was like a upper body, shots. Should be a kill. Should be a headshot, but that doesn't happen. So it's a very tricky. But other than that, I try to stay aggressive. Just to focus on those two flags, and in this game, that the B flag is a is a pain. Trying to keep that. Sometimes I tend to go for C and A, which is kind of like a weird combo right there. I usually go for like C and B or A and B. But in this map, sometimes I go for the A and C combo because they're kind of close to each other, and enemy usually camp on the B flag, and sometimes I just let them camp over there, and they can spawn behind the B flag, and I just focus on the A and C. And I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes it just works pretty well, and it catches the enemy by surprise, and that's good. But for the most part, I tend to just go ahead and capture the B flag, and and try to get some points out there, and it's pretty fun. But yeah, here I'm trying to get some long range shots. Obviously, with the suppressor, things change, with your gun. But it's not impossible to get some kills on the long range. Maybe I should have just not used the suppressor. But on the other gameplay that I'm gonna be posting soon with the M4, because I went on a rampage with the M4, I'm gonna get some long range shots. So this is the stuff that I was just talking about. Like, sometimes I think it's the servers, it's maybe some lag or hit detection little thing going on. I mean, nothing too crazy, nothing like Call of Duty, but something going on, and you don't get those long range shots. So in the other gameplay, we'll talk about it again, and I'll show you and point out those kills, and it was pretty beast. But for the most part, the gun worked. Everything was pretty good, and we just held the team to get a victory, and that's fun. To me, that's fun and challenging when you use this type of weapons. I love using LMGs. LMGs is so cool to use. It is you don't have to worry so much about ammo, and it's such a badass. And that's one downside of Battlefield Hardline. After playing the beta, that's one downside. That you don't have access to LMGs like we do in this game. For example, you have a really good amount of LMGs, and they work pretty decent. I got my favorites, such as the MG4, such a badass, and I got a gameplay with the LSAT and the Type 88, so you guys can look forward to that. But yeah, that's the one downside of that game. You don't have access. Yes, you can random pick up the gun. I don't want random stuff. I just want to be able to equip the gun throughout the whole game, and that's badass. So yeah, LMG action will be up in my channel pretty soon, and that's fun. But like I was saying, that's the one downside of Battlefield Hardline. The pretty much little to no access to the LMG when you want it. When you want the LMG, it's always good not having to worry about the reload. With the MG4, you're just a beast. You're an unstoppable beast. If I posted a video, I think with my super loadout for the MG4. Hopefully you watch the video. If not, check it out on my channel because it's badass, and you're gonna do pretty well with it. It's such a beast combo. But the MB4, once again, the MB4. I don't know what I was talking about. The M4 is good. The M4 will be one of your favorite weapons once you got mastered. I'm pretty sure you have by now, but there's people who haven't. There's people who maybe just are afraid to maybe die a few more times. You know what? It's good. It's part of the job. You're gonna die a few more times. That's good. Once you master this gun, you're gonna get more kills than dead. So you need to master this gun. You need to master the recoil, and it's pretty badass. And if you make videos on YouTube, you're gonna look pretty badass. Posting videos with the M4. So. Anyways, thank you for watching. My name is Wild Child. Hope you enjoy this gameplay, this commentary, and as always, if you haven't, please check out my channel, the videos. It's more Battlefield 4, Advanced Warfare, and Battlefield Hardline beta gameplays, a lot of Destiny, and walkthrough with live commentary. And I will see you, my friend, on the next video. Thank you for watching. Later.